Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands are closely tied together with their land borders. But the recent flood claimed many lives in Germany and Belgium but left the Netherlands relatively unscathed and unaffected. But how the Netherlands saved itself from the devastating flood, but Germany and Belgium couldn't? Well, the answer lies in two words: the wall and the mountains. The Dutch built a flood wall to prevent any flooding in the future. The new flood wall was completed just a few months ago. Without the wall, everything in the neighboring Dutch cities would have been flooded. With massive steel gates and 10-centimeter thick glass panel at the top, the wall was able to resist the heavy rainfall from Germany and Belgium that turned the Maas River region into a torrent. The flood wall is one of many new walls, dikes, and dams that have been built in the southern Netherlands as part of the wider series of flood control projects called Delta Works. After devastating floods in the 1990s in the Netherlands, an ambitious project was established in the province of Limburg to better protect municipalities in future. The idea was to give more space to the Maas, Ruhr, and Rhine rivers by creating more floodplains in their banks. That plan was implemented rigorously, and there was no house there, no factories, and no important infrastructure such as train tracks, but fields and meadows. The Dutch administration have had to resettle people and tear down houses in recent years, but people were content as their lives were being saved. The Maas River is now surrounded by tracts of water and meadows on either side. The more room the water has, the less current and height of the water there is. The Dutch are proud of their flood wall, in which they call it a line of defense, because it has new gates that close themselves if the water starts to rise. Some of the wall is made up of bulletproof glass so that people can still see the river. The Netherlands is a country of water. So many rivers flows into the sea, and hence they constantly have to invest and build their flood controlling infrastructure. But the Netherlands have one more nature-given advantage that is neighboring countries didn't have. Generally, the Netherlands is in a better position than Germany and Belgium, where overflowing rivers recently devastated narrow valleys. Now, the Netherlands is better placed than it appears because it is largely flat. It doesn't have mountains. Yes, the Netherlands is a flat country. In fact, 17% of the total land in the Netherlands was reclaimed from sea or lakes. If a stream in a mountainous region suddenly has hundreds of times more water than usual, a powerful current is produced within a confined space. When there are a lot of mountains, it is very difficult to control the water, which will rise in just hours. But on the Maas River in the Netherlands, it takes 1 or 2 days to arrive. The water slows down in that time, and the Dutch authorities can predict what is coming. The fact that it is so flat here, given that the Dutch has an advantage over its neighbors like Germany and Belgium. And thanks to the flat plains and timely infrastructure development, the Dutch have been able to avoid the deadly destruction that devastated its neighbor Germany and Belgium.